Yay, you're alive. Well, so there I was, minding my own business. And today I learned something pretty cool. And I've already known it, but I just don't always apply. Sometimes you forget. But it was finesse and failure. To put context to that, failure was going to happen. It was not on my part, nor my actions, but instead a crane, as I'm moving a 2-inch thick by 8 foot wide by 210 inches, which the math to that, y'all, is about 17 and some change feet long, and decide to have a 7.5 ton crane just completely go out. And whenever you're moving that kind of material at roughly a 3-4 mile per hour pace, and then it stops, it starts swaying. Well, when that starts swaying, chances of death or serious injury are extremely high. Thank God that nobody was in front of me at that moment. I mean, not within the reach of it getting them necessarily, but that's how it was. But the finesse was anticipating that things like that happen. I've had the mechanical failures of things like that happen before. I think this actually is like the 3rd time. And I was not expecting it per se at all, but I always expected a little bit. But the thing about that is you gotta, whenever things fail, you gotta be a little bit more fluid. Because if I didn't have some finesse to it and was really rigid and jerky about it and freak out, I kept as calm as I possibly could underneath extremely high pressure moment, because it's not just me, not just these legs that were going to get snapped. Other people could have been involved in that too, and thank God they got out of the way. And I have a nice baritone voice to yell at times. So we can apply that in a few ways. Is when you're going through failures, and I mean that could be covered in all sorts of extremely vague circumstances and context there. But as you're going through those failures, sometimes it doesn't hurt to just take that breath. I mean, it might be a split moment that you got to, but take that breath and not be fully rigid about it. So in the long run of it, everybody was safe, everybody was fine. I don't think I've got a gray hair yet out of it, but that's pretty close. Pretty close. So if you're going through those times like that, don't forget to breathe. Because if you lock up, you're not breathing, and all your movements are rigid, it can cost you your life. It can cost someone else's life. It could cost a couple people their lives. Definitely if 13,000 pounds of steel comes down on you, you're more than likely going to die. And if you're not dead, you're going to hope you is once you see that medical bill. So, prayers of safety work. Keep praying, y'all. Appreciate you. Have a blessed day.